I decided to spend next 10 hours learning tanks to prove that it's the hardest role in a game. Let's get started. Here are some things that I have learned about Sigma. You can cancel your shoot animation when you are shooting the rock, when you are going for your E, and then instantly pressing your left click. This will allow you to get more damage per second and hopefully get a 200 HP squishy down in a second. Another thing is that you can use your shield not only to block shatters, Barra Barrage, or any other bad ultimates that cannot go through shields, but you can also shield yourself and just go for the flux. And then you can hide yourself behind the shield to sort of protect yourself from any stuns and stuff. Another thing I've learned is that when people are going for the shield spam, you can actually get rid of the shield and go for your shift ability to get some of that damage absorbed onto you. As well as you can block your... No, excuse me, you can cancel your shift with your rock. This is the only way to do it. So if I'm trying to cancel it like that, it's not working, but with a rock, it's a lot better. So you can cycle your abilities in a faster manner. You can bait out stuff. People are just not expecting you to do that. Also, when you are at the long distance, try to aim for the legs, as it will be easier to land direct shots or splash damage. That's it. My absolute first game of the challenge, and we are going for a Sigma mirror here. And this is very, very interesting. Not only we are going for a Sigma mirror, but every single time I have watched the scrims, people would play Sigma, Widow, Hanzo, and then they go BAP for the lamp, BAP for the window, as well as another character. So we are almost taking the same comp here, which is very, very exciting. We are going for a Sigma mirror. Unfortunately, this person is gonna swap tanks, swap characters every single time he would die, and that was one of the reasons why we were able to convert that into a W. I wanted to speak about why would I play Sigma on this map, the reasons, right? Because, well, you can just do something, but without understanding, you will not be able to utilize it correctly. So Sigma is exceptionally good on this map simply because there is a sniper meta at the moment on Havana, on Circuit Royale, on Junkertown. And if you are not shielding your snipers, they're gonna get one shot. If you're playing Winston, your snipers are at danger. If you are playing Doomfist, your snipers are at danger. If you're playing Junker Queen, your snipers are at danger. Another thing is that you want to be alive for as long as possible on this map, simply because it's a push map, and you want to like stagger your opponents as long as you possibly can. Sigma is known to be one of the tankiest tanks in the game. Nice. One of the tankiest tanks in the game, and the poke that you get from like long range shots is also amazing. Like here, my Widow is just diffing their Widow, and we are just going for complete domination. It feels like opponents are just lost and confused. This guy is going for a Doomfist, which is exceptionally horrible against Sigma, since you are absolutely countering him and there is nothing he can do to you. It's not like a Reinhardt, they can just press W onto you and get the W. Probably the best characters against Sigma are gonna be Reinhardt, Ramatra, pretty much everything that can go through shields, pretty much that's tanky enough to press W and not care about like you poking them. But on this particular map, it doesn't matter what kind of tank you are taking, it doesn't matter what kind of counter you are taking, it feels like Sigma is just superior in any way, shape and form. Due to the geometry of the map, due to the current meta, this is how it is right now, in my personal opinion. I've had so much success with Sigma, and players would constantly do this, do that, they would swap this character, they would take that tank to counter me. Unfortunately, none of it matters if you are utilizing your character in the correct manner. The best characters that you can... the characters that you counter as Sigma would probably be D.Va. D.Va is just horrendous against Sigma. Doomfist, as I have said earlier. Junker Queen is sort of like a very strange situation where she cannot kill you, you cannot kill her, and you are just staggering at one place, and it will be all decided whether like your or her team will be able to get the edge here. All in all, I had a great time on Sigma. I never knew how to play the character, and this was finally the moment when I was able to like really understand why and how to play this character. I never understood how and when to play him, but finally I realized that there are certain maps that Sigma is good at and others you really don't want to take him. Yeah, so they are being Junkertown, Circuit Royale, as well as Havana, right? If I forgot a map, you can name it in the comment section as well. So we just had an absolute blast. Like, look at that Hanzo player. He's just so out of position, like not ready to shoot. And this is a big thing. When you are constantly poking your enemy snipers, they are just not ready to, like, man, they are just not ready to headshot. They are just not. And this is amazing. Here we displaced the enemy Cass, and then we were going for the rock. Unfortunately, we missed. We're going for that. And look, I am just at full HP, being chilling. There is not a single character that can kill me. And I am just... How did I miss the rock? Oy, 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 oy. So yeah, I had a great time on Sigma. We'll definitely gonna have more footage on the character as there will be more Sigma maps in the future. And look at that. I am half HP. There are 2 players on me. And I'm fighting like a lion. I am dancing my shield. This is really, really important to do so. I staggered them for so long, and this will be the last fight of the challenge. No, not the challenge. This will be the last fight of this particular game. We are going for a W onto the Moira, and then we are just completely staggering them. I'm making sure that I'm not C9ing on the point. This is very important. And look at that shield. Boom. Impossible. Nice. Here are a few things that I have learned about D.Va to help me improve my gameplay on her. First of all, you go into settings, you go for controls, and then you go for change hero, D.Va. And here there is a parameter called hold to use boosters. You want to have it on simply because you really don't want to press your shift another time, as you can just approach your opponent and release the shift and you will end up at the exact position that you really wanted to go. So let's say I wanted to go for this tracer, and here I am. Perfect. Another thing I've learned about the ultimate is that there are multiple ways to use it. You can just press shift and then Q, and it will like launch it onto the onto here. But the thing I have had so much success with is when you are going for above, you go for the half of the thingy, and then you press it. This brought me so much success with my ultimates and led me to many kills. We are going for the second game of an hour, pretty much have the same opponents, we can see the same Doomfist, same skin, same nickname, right? And as a D.Va player, you really want to get into a mental state of punishing the aggression. Every single time I have played D.Va before really understanding how to play her, I would find her very squishy, I would find her very clunky, and I just could not find any value on the character. But after I've watched a few guides and really understood my possibilities and limitations, I quickly find out that D.Va is an exceptionally strong character in the current meta, and I highly advise you to try her. Numbani. Let's speak about D.Va on that map particular. Why would you play this character? Simply because of verticality. Every single time there is verticality, you really want to take character with mobility. There is a rule like that. Obviously, you can force Sigma here, you can force Reinhardt, but what are you gonna do if I will be on D.Va? Like, can you explain to me, what are you gonna do if I'm gonna be on D.Va and I will constantly, like, peel your backline? I will constantly... Wait, peeling backline is for teammates, right? Well, I'll constantly approach your backline, I'll constantly go for the squishes on your team while you are just chilling on the low ground. Even if you are on high ground, I can just go for another high ground, as there are many of them, right? So, like, maps with verticality really value mobility. And here I just ate the pulse bomb here, and I think I did it twice in this map, which is insane. I was so attentive to details. It felt like when I was playing D.Va, I was like such a gentleman for my teammates, and you'll actually see that in the future. It was really, really nice. I feel like I should have vaulted here way earlier than that, but yeah, I feel like Numbani is certainly the map where you, like, look at that. We are punishing the aggression, we are going for that. Unfortunately, I was not able to save my Reaper, and here I am matrixing my res, so no one can interrupt it, which is like very cool. And here again, Ana is alone, we are going for her, punishing the aggression, like literally going for a whack-a-mole game, right? Where if there is a mole, you want to whack him, but if he's not a mole, you don't. If that makes sense. And then we're going for the cast here. Again, you learn how to use your matrix in a proper way. It takes time, it takes practice, just like with pulse bombs, right? People have questions about like, oh, how do I use the pulse bomb? You just practice. And here, I just blocked the nade. And we are going for the Ana again. But like, this is amazing. I never thought I would be able to utilize Diva, and here I'm showing the thing that I have learned. Basically, we're going for a kill here, and then we are going back, punishing the aggression again. This guy was not able to escape simply because I blocked him with my model, and we are going for the last fight of the game here. We are being overly annoying here, and bim, 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 bim. Let's see what else is gonna be there. Nothing. We'll lose this game, but it doesn't matter. Diva, Numbani, nice. The second hour of the challenge starts with Rialto, and I decided to go for Orisa as I wanted to cover almost every single tank on this particular challenge. I wanted to give you the instruments that you will be able to use in order to get the best out of your tank games, because this role, I am, as a new player, was so clueless about how to utilize and get the best value on the tank, how to be useful. I was so confused, and I finally realized that there are certain instruments that you can like use, certain mechanics and rules that you can go for if you want to get better results. So here, a very interesting thing I did is I swapped every single time my opponent swapped the tank. So instead of going for a win condition myself, I denied my enemy tank to be a win condition himself, and this was super cool due to the fact that I was able to absolutely diff him. So he decides to switch from Orisa to Monkey, and I'm still going on Zarya, and I feel like on this particular map, especially when he has Widow and who else was the second DPS? The Tracer. I don't know, Monkey is not as good here simply because you don't have many flanking routes, and here we are going for another tank pair swap. He's going for Reinhardt to counter my Zarya, and I'm going for Orisa to counter his Reinhardt. And like, let me tell you, it is utterly impossible. It is utterly impossible to play Orisa into Zarya, and it's utterly impossible to play Reinhardt into Orisa, and it is utterly impossible to play Zarya into Reinhardt. So it's a rock paper scissors thing, and the person who's gonna be more rock paper scissor-ish is gonna win, right? So, oh no, he pinned me, I'm discorded, he's got a mercy pocket, what do? I just absolutely destroy both of them. Of course, with the help of my team, obviously. But, like, look at that, this guy's just suffering tremendously. You cannot do anything against Orisa as a Reinhardt. And as I've started playing the game, no one really told me that. And here, I'm looking at my opponent, oh, Orisa. I'm gonna take Zarya. So we were able to kill this guy, and then we're going for the domination again. Unfortunately, there is nothing interesting I can tell you about Zarya or Orisa, as they are very straightforward tanks, and you just really need practice against them, with them, to like really get the value. One thing I will say that is you need to realize that there are rock paper scissors scenarios, and it is very important to really like stick to the principles, as you don't want to force Zarya into Reinhardt, you don't want to force Orisa into Zarya, and you really don't want to force Reinhardt into Orisa. So if you will get basic rules of the game, and of course there are maps where these characters are just better, but rule of the thumb, you really go for that rock paper scissors scenario and everything will be okay. There are a few things that I've learned about Ramatra that help me get the most value on the character. First of all, I learned that you can press your shift you get additional armor, and if you get rid of that armor, you can cancel your shift and go for the ultimate to get additional armor and get more survivability and hopefully get better results on a character. Unfortunately, this got patched, so now you don't really need to worry about that, as it was sort of like a very advanced level mechanics that not many Ramatra players knew, but now game becomes easier and easier with time, so yeah. Another thing you can do is you can shield before you're going for your mode, and you still will have the shield, which seems like very counterintuitive, but I because everyone should know it, but I didn't know it, and probably there are players watching this also are very clueless about that. And the last thing I wanted to speak about is the fact that you can actually get 2 punches and then a melee, and it will be a better way to finish off your opponent. So here, boom, we're going for double melee. Okay, let's take a look at this tracer. Instead of going for 3 shots, opponent can get healed, and I've missed so many kills because I did not do it. So we go 1, 2, and then melee, instead of going 1, 2, 3. So notice how I'm getting so much more damage per second, simply because I'm going for that little trick. So here it is. You can also do that in your ultimate form, right? So you go here, here, and ulti. Or here, and then melee. You go boom, and melee. Practice that, and you will get many more kills on Ramatra. Second game of an hour, King's Row, and we are going for Ramatra. This map is known to be a very brawlish type of map, and usually on scrims I see that players are going for Ramatra, Baptiste, Lucio, Hanzo, and then other DPS of the choice. So I decided to try the character as well, since I wanted to get pretty much every single tank going, and we were suffering quite tremendously against this Zarya. Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication with my Ana. He died from cringe, or just was not in range to really nano me here, and we kinda weren't able to get the most out of the situation here. So I was struggling quite a lot against Zarya as a Ramatra, but I feel like I was able to crack the code, and we were able to win the game simply because of that fact. I just counted shields out loud, and as a tank player, it is your job, it is your responsibility to do that, as you are the first and last person who will see her. And I cannot stress enough how valuable it is to in-game lead when you are playing a tank role. It is very important, because players have no sense of connection with each other, and you really need to be that glue that's holding everyone at their place. So here I'm counting bubbles. I'm saying 1 bubble, no bubbles after this, and we're going for the kill, and it's the easiest kill on earth. Notice how I use the melee. I understand that in this current situation it would not matter, but imagine it would, right? So you always want to maximize your damage per second when the opportunity presents itself. Ramatra is known to be exceptionally tanky, especially in the form, especially when she is holding her hands up. Holy! The amount of times I have survived unsurvivable situations are just through the roof. So we are going for the kill here, we are going for the kill here, and we are absolutely blasting them. They were blasting us, and this mage just got absolutely giga staggered. We were catching her lacking right here. So here, Zarya, 1 bubble. I'm counting that, right? And I'm like, okay, 1 bubble. So we are going back, 0 bubbles. So we are going here. This is exactly when you want to approach. Like 0 bubbles. Go after that. And we are going, and it was such a successful fight. That we were able to just like blast through them even harder than we were before. Like here, boom, boom, boom. Oh my god. They wasted grav, they wasted mailed, pretty much for absolutely nothing, man. Pretty much for absolutely nothing. And look at that survivability. I feel like this was the moment, right? Where I was able to punch off the echo. Yeah. And look how much I was able to survive. I'm discorded. I'm still alive for some reason. And here is the final fight. 3 minutes on the clock. Very, very like very hard game at first, but then we were able to convert that into a W. Here we are kiting the nano, and then we are going for our own ultimate. I was able to jump with reaction to like kind of get rid of that, and we are just pushing that Reinhardt. Reinhardt is definitely not the best pick against Ramatra. First game of a third hour of the challenge, and this is Dorado. Again, we are going with the same principles as we went through on Numbani, and as this map has a lot of verticality, people play Monkey here as well as people play Diva here. But looking at the ways that you can actually approach the tank matchup here, I would say that Diva is superior, simply because it can duel the Winston and pretty much do the same things as he's doing, but better. Yet I still wanted to try Winston, as I knew that there are not gonna be many ways and opportunities for me to really try the character, and I absolutely love him. It's like, oh my god, greetings! Like, the character is just amazing, and I absolutely adore playing him, especially when I have Tracer. This is gonna be like lore accurate Winston Tracer gameplay. Amazing. I wish I would have a friend that can play Tracer with me, or I can play Tracer with my Winston friend. So here we are going for an attack. Was it successful? We were struggling. Honestly, we were struggling quite hard, yet I was still able to find some kills. I was still able to find some value on the Winston. How's it hanging, Winston? And here we are going for the kills here. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can tell you about the character. It's very straightforward. One thing that I can tell you is that you really have to go for the right click when you don't see enemies, and you want to go for the left click when you see them and you are in range. And here we're going for defense Diva. I love it. I love her. It feels like Diva went from the category of I would never take the character because it feels clunky, it feels not good, to I absolutely adore Diva and I would take her on every single Diva map. And there are some Diva maps still. So again, you can utilize this verticality, and Junker Queen is an exceptional pick, but not on this map, right? So Overwatch is a very complex game, and if you are breaking the principles, if you're breaking the rules, you're gonna get punished. Like, what? Oh, look at that trap, man! Look at that beautiful trap. Not only he cancelled the ulti, but I was able to get, the Genji. Yeah, Diva is overpowered. Time to nerf Genji, and he's like, "How did you kill me?" Yeah, bro did not watch the Diva guide. And here we are going for the whack-a-mole again, just denying space, going for that high ground, just not allowing opponents to be in their positions of power. And this is very important. I got nanoed here, but then hacked. Wait. No. I thought hack just gets rid of the nano, but yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so Monkey is completely suffering against Diva, and this is a very bad 1 versus 1, simply because I can hit all my rockets, hit all my shots. Unfortunately, I should have waited for the shield to go down, simply because like I did not have much value with my ultimate. But still, we were holding on to the fight. Notice how I'm very accurate, I'm not over picking. I actually ate the orb, which is also really nice. Man, I love playing Diva. Even if he would take Zari here, I don't think they would be able to get any value, simply because of the nature of the map and the verticality. I would be all over the place while he would be in shambles. Here are things that I have learned about Junker Queen. The character is very straightforward, yet there are a few rules that you have to follow in order to get the most value out of her. First of all, I see so many professional players doing stuff like this. So they are poking from the cover, they are going for the poke, trying to get the knife, and then obviously going for the combination, right? And so many lower levels Junker Queen, I'm just going in, exposing themselves onto multiple threats. Like, look how many players are looking at me, right? In comparison with, let's pretend that this Tracer is the only opponent I have. So I'm going there, I'm poking. Am I doing critical damage? No. But is it enough to, like, get the value? Yes. So you want to poke, and when the opportunity presents, you want to call in the chat, in the voice chat, that you want a 3-to-1 shout, right? So you are poking, you're like, oh, the opportunity presents, you reload, because I'm gonna shout 3, 2, 1, and we are going in, and then you're going for that, then you're killing this guy, missing a knife, because GG's. Another thing I've learned is that you can go for that and go for a melee, which is gonna be insane. Which is gonna be absolutely insane, because you have the bleed effect from your knife while it's in hand. Obviously, you don't have it while it's somewhere around, right? Second game of an hour, and we are going for control point map. And control point maps are flooded with Junker Queens. After the mid-season patch, we can see that Junker Queen is being absolutely busted, and this, I think, Apply said that this is gonna be the worst meta you will possibly see, even worse than like shields, even worse than goats. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, certainly I'm not playing at the top level yet, and I don't see how toxic it is there, but at lower levels, yes, Junker Queen is absolutely overpowered. Very hard to kill if played correctly, and you just have like so much value on the character. It's insane. It is insane. So as you can see, against tanks, I am going for the shot and then the melee, just to get that bleed damage going. And we were actually able to like flip from 0.99 to 100 to 99, which is insane. And again, Zarya, very simple to play against. Count her bubbles out loud. Zarya, no bubbles, just call it in the microphone. Call it in the microphone so your teammates can actually go and div her. She is really easy to play against. You just need to do that if you want to get value, right? And then we are going for it is just amazing. It is just amazing how lucky I am to play Junker Queen, because I love this character way before the mid patch, and I finally have the chance to really like enjoy it now. And Arisa is a horrible pick against Junker Queen. We'll speak about counters and best characters to play with and against a little bit later. And here is the final fight. Here are some things that I've learned about Reinhardt. First of all, your axe has a splash damage, so it can hit multiple targets. Even if there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets, you can actually like go and damage all of them when you're doing funny things like that with your sensitivity. So you want to have a higher sense on your Reinhardt in order to have more value with your swings. Another thing is that obviously you can cancel your shift to get closer to the enemies, to get more value. I think everyone knows that. Another thing is that you can shatter. Let's pretend that this is our payload and there are opponents. You can actually shatter behind the payload and still get the value simply because there is no bottom on it, right? Again, you can actually hold your shield and go for the left click hold to look around. That's a very good thing. And yeah, that's it. Character is pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, it's pretty bad in the current meta and can get easily countered by a lot of things, and we'll speak about it later. Hour 4, and we are going for another Rialto map, which is really interesting because I have played Reinhardt on this one, and this was actually so funny to play with Life Weaver simply because of his life grip. He saved me so many times, yet the character just does not feel exceptionally busted at the moment. So yeah, we are baiting out Transcendence here, going for the kill on the Queen with Nano. That was actually really good. And going for the Cassidy here. I always want to be as proactive as I possibly can on Reinhardt, simply because like you have the opportunity to do so with like high mobility with your pins. So here I was able to pin the Queen closer to the Bob, and we were able to get the value here. We are going for a kill there. Again, the higher I climb, the harder it is to play inferior characters, and I feel like the Reinhardt is simply inferior due to the fact that you kinda have so many counters, so many characters that can literally like destroy you, and there is nothing you can do. Bastion can be exceptionally annoying. Arisa is almost impossible to play against, and many others. As of like Junker Queen, you don't really have hard counters, you only have characters that you have hard time solo killing, but you have a team for that, right? And here we are absolutely cooking on Reinhardt, even though the character is not meta, it's still playable. I still feel like there is time and place for it, especially when the opponents have Zarya. And here I decided to swap to Orisa. I'm like, yo, let's try Orisa against Queen. And no, this was an absolute mistake. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Highly advise you to never take that, simply because you are very easy to kill. Or maybe it is okay, but I had Lucio, as well as I had a player with like 3k damage after the end of the game, and he was playing Sombra. He was not really useful, so maybe one factor or like a combination of them, but I was just struggling quite tremendously on Orisa here. But yeah, this is experience, this is life, you can't win them all, and even if you hit all of your shots, even if you are playing perfectly, still there is time and place for the loss. Second game of an hour, and we are going for a very favorable Reinhardt-Ramatra matchup. Although Junker Queen is probably the best choice in every single control the point map at the moment, I wanted to have some diversity for the sake of the challenge, and we went Ramatra. Although the character is very niche, I still had quite a lot of value on it, especially against Reinhardt, who has nothing to do against Ramatra if he doesn't have Mei, if he doesn't have Lucio. It is exceptionally hard to have any value against me, and this guy was suffering. He even ended up jumping off the map because there was nothing else to do. He did not want to stagger himself, and that's a correct idea. That's a correct decision. And then he switched to Queen, and things are started to get dirty. And yeah, Queen is definitely very strong in the current meta. And even if you don't understand the mechanics and you don't know how to play her properly, you still can bring quite a lot of value on the character. And look at that Tracer. I was trying my hardest to hit him, but I just I just couldn't, man. I just absolutely couldn't. Oi. And here we are going for a beautiful window here. What a massive, like, look at that damage. It is, ooh, there is a Bob in the background just shooting everyone. And then me, the Queen tried to ult out, but it feels like that was such a bad idea from her part. We are able to get her at the end. She's very split from her healers, and there is no line of sight to help her. Nice. Again, we were able to get the first point, even though it was pretty hard. The games are starting to be like hard, because the more I climbed, the more wins I got, the higher Overwatch things I am on my hidden MMR thingy, which is absolutely real, because you can be a plat player and get to top 500 lobbies. Oh, this point we absolutely lost it. Like I don't really understand the reason why it was like that. Probably because of the Cassidy Brig, right? And the Soldier is really hard to play against Sombra with that comp. And anyways, we're going for the third map of Busan, and here I was cooking. I was calling stuff. We were like, it was such an amazing experience of like deep connection with your teammates that you don't really have, that you don't really see in Overwatch, where you have the chance to like really communicate, and this is exceptionally important. Notice how I'm not over-peaking, notice how I'm not over-committing, and like, we are moving as a team. This is insane. I'm like 3-2-1 shout, we are going in, I'm like back, we are going back. This is how Overwatch is meant to be played. Just like every single time you log into a game, you have scrims. You have scrims with the players that really want to improve, the players that really want to get like call-outs and stuff, and you rarely see that. You gotta have friends. You gotta have friends for that, it feels like. And certainly I will try my best to have that in the future. Anyways, last fight of an hour. We are going for the beautiful kill onto the Junker Queen. Notice how I am dancing around the cover and constantly in the line of sight of my teammates to really have as much value as possible. And here we are getting kill on Sombra. Nice. The first game of a 5th hour was quick and easy. My opponents made a mistake that I was talking about earlier. This is a map with verticality and he's going for Sigma. Yes, on paper, Sigma is better than D.Va and he absolutely counters her. But in reality, I am constantly going for the backline and you literally cannot do anything about that. You are so clueless, so hopeless when it comes to me like diving your Mercy, and the only thing that you can do on Sigma is literally like nothing. they are trying to C9 here on Moira. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be successful. We are going for the beautiful kill onto the Echo here, and then here we are swinging left side. Discorded Sigma is just suffering quite tremendously here, especially when the supports are cut off by the Mercy. Hey, no way, man. So yeah, we are continuing our aggression here, going for more. And then this Echo is just... This Echo just died from cringe. And here we are trying to go for the Echo. He was able to escape simply because he has more mobility than us. And the Soldier, I see that the Soldier is alone. He is just like being chilling here. And unfortunately I could not kill him, but we got the point instead. So they quite C9'd. And here we got a kill onto the Echo. What a great kill that was. Actually, what a great kill that was. And again, this guy's playing Orisa. And I'm just swinging high ground with Pharah Mercy. And look at this guy on Orisa. He was completely useless. So we killed one, we killed another, and then we are going for more. Look at that. Oh man, oh man. Another day, another Sigma map. I was actually shocked and confused when every single time I would look at the professional players, I would look at them playing pubs, I would look at them playing scrims, I would look at them playing official matches. I'm like, yo, why are you going for the same comps on certain maps? Like literally mirrored same comps. And then I realized, man, you are just utilizing the character to the fullest potential. This person on a tank switched the tank multiple times, yet he could not find the answer. And the answer is really simple. Mirror. The only way to counter Sigma on a Sigma map is to play Sigma yourself. Simple as that. Every single time you are going for a character without the shield, on a sniper map, you're exposing your teammates. You are literally throwing the game for them. Because if they have a Widowmaker on the enemy team and he can hit shots, it is impossible to win the game because of the cancerous nature of the situation with the current sniper meta. There is nothing you can do. Only adapt. Only... like, the only thing you can do is to accept the rules and play. Not trying to break the rules, but... come on, man. This guy swapped Doomfist, and then he went another character like Ball, and then he went Junker Queen, and it was so useless. Like, you're just the fraction of what you can be on a Sigma. So here we are allowed to have a safe res simply because I have a shield and I'm not playing Junker Queen or something. Like, look at that. This is... like, what else am I have to say about that? Oh, that was such a bad nano for me. That was such a bad nano. I'm like, why would you do that? So yeah, we are progressing quite well here. I'm going for the good push here. Nice ulti from my side. I think I should have swung left here, but... at the same time, I have no idea. I have no idea. If I would have killed Hanzo, the game would definitely be a lot easier. But yeah, he was alive. And look at that res. This is so illegal to res like that. And at the end, we could not convert that into a W and a point here. But I feel like we'll be able to do that. Yeah, we definitely got 3-pointer. And again, he plays Doomfist. Why would you do that? Come on, man. I have Hanzo on the team. This guy can literally shoot nothing and still hit opponents simply because they are not protected. And, oh man, I was calling so many things. I was like, 3-2-1, we're gonna kill that guy, this guy is killable. And I really enjoyed. This is how Overwatch is meant to be played. This is exactly how Overwatch is meant to be played. Notice how we are giving some space after we got after they got a kill, and then like this guy is just making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and we were able to punish him for that. Here I'm going for a solo flux. I'm like, yo, they're gonna get the kill on Mei, no problems, and then I'm going for a solo flux onto the Widow here. If you can get a single kill with your grav, that's amazing. Use it, do it. Here, Junker Queen wants to swing his axe. Boom. Dead. Dead. Absolutely dead. And here we got the beautiful double direct onto the Cassidy. Mei slept. We're going for more. Oh no, I missed a few shots, and this Mei was able to actually get the value out of her life here. That's unfortunate. Although, yeah, it was pretty bad. In terms of the ultimate, we were able to diff the Sigma here. He's like, whoa, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Poor guy. Poor guy. And then we're going for the Cassidy. What am I doing, man? What am I doing? I should have rocked him here. And here I blocked the rock, and then I rocked him myself. Like this is just a skill issue. You can see the Sigma gap here, simply because I'm just mechanically superior than this person. And you can be too with the practice. You can be too. Again, Alana, Circuit Royale, Junkertown. Sigma, Sigma, Sigma. I would say that on Junkertown you can definitely play other characters if you go for Dive instead of Poke. I have seen players play Monkey, I've seen players play different characters, but as a rule, like basic rule, that's a Sigma map. Our sixth game was a very experimental one. I decided to test out Ramatra versus Junker Queen matchup, and let me tell you, it was horrible. This guy was just not dying at all. Like, I'm talking, he was immortal. And when I am playing against Ramatra as a Junker Queen, I kind of feel the same. You can literally pull him every single time simply because his hitbox is very, very big. And because of your lifesteal, you are feeling very confident and comfortable against Ramatra. And there is just nothing you can pretty much do against the character. Obviously, there are certain time and place where Ramatra is superior, but as a rule of the thumb, Junker Queen is just so much better. Here we are suffering 24/7. I should have swapped, man. I should have swapped. And honestly, when you're playing Junker Queen, I haven't found a single good counter pick, simply because there are not many. You can play Sigma, and it can be quite hard to really do anything against you. But other than that, you just go for a mirror. Like, the only way to counter Junker Queen is to play Junker Queen yourself. Unfortunately, that's the rule of the thumb. Here we are going for a very, very effective hold in the close quarters. My character is certainly better than the Junker Queen in that regard, simply because I have splash damage, simply because I have the slow, and it is just way more efficient than that. But when there is an open space presented, unfortunately, my character tends to fall behind. And here I am just praying to God that my team is gonna diff the enemy team, and I will like go in and pretend that I'm useful. Yeah, notice how much time I was able to stay alive with my like right click hold. Like I think 4 players were looking at me. It is just insane. My character is very, very tanky, and yeah, we were able to hold them on a very like short distance, and I was confident that we will be able to get the W here, but unfortunately every single time that we would go in, I had to go backwards simply because my team just died before me, and that's a massive L here. And again, I'm just like, what the hell? How am I alive still? How am I still alive? And then I looked at my tab, and my guy has 5k damage. Yikes. We're going for Paraiso, and our 6 was definitely full of despair and sadness when it comes to my tank choices, as well as how I was performing on characters. Unfortunately, this is a team game, and even if you are doing everything correct, there is gonna be time and place where you will lose regardless, as well as there are gonna be times when you're gonna be absolutely useless, but the team div will kick in. Monkey. I still feel like this character is definitely not for me, as I don't feel comfortable playing it, simply because you need to be lore accurate and really go for... What happened to this guy? You really need to go for a Winston Tracer to really complement each other, because when you're playing Tracer with a Brawl tank, you kind of tend to like have a very different playstyle in comparison with if you would play Winston, for example. Like, let's say here, we're going for this Torb, and my Tracer goes in, blinks in, and helps me, right? We get the kill on the Torb, I'm alive, and everything is Gucci. But unfortunately, I did not have that. I don't think Genji is enough for... I don't think Genji is definitely not enough for the Winston, as you don't have that good mobility to really make the difference. And then I'm almost getting diffed by the Mercy. The Mercy like, oh, you have the ult, okay. And then I'm missing my things, and then I'm going for the catch-up. Happy little accidents all around, and then I'm going for a very bad bubble. Oh man, Winston is just such a hard character. It feels like so easy, but in reality, it's actually not that hard to feed with him, and it takes time, practice, and really deep understanding of the mechanics of the game and like the positioning and everything. Like, look at that. I'm just like, this turret is just not dying, man. Oh my god, dude. And then I swapped to Diva for the defense because I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing it with on Winston. I'm not doing it on Winston. And guess what? They had Echo, which was horrendous, which was absolutely horrendous. And I think we had... Wait, did we have Sombra Genji against that? Oh, and that was a mistake. I should have went for the high ground. Bomb, but unfortunately we weren't able to convert that into anything, and we lost this game in absolute shambles. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, not selling a dream, not pointing the best games I have had. This is my experience, unfiltered, very based. Unfortunately, this guy was absolutely cooking on Sojourn, and there was nothing we can do about it. Anyways, I think losses are very important. They teach you the things that you have to change in order to be successful. Hour 7 is definitely an hour of pure Sigma enjoyment. I had so much fun playing the character, and the maps allowed me to do so. And the amount of surprises and interesting moments I got as playing this character was actually insane, actually incredible. Like, this character is so fun, and I had a very biased beliefs about Sigma, which are absolutely not true. I thought that the character is boring, I thought that the character is not really mobile, I thought that the character is not really interesting and not really strong in the current meta. Oh god. Was I absolutely wrong. We are going for a beautiful poke here, and that's the thing I'm talking about. It is exceptionally impossible to focus. It is exceptionally impossible to make things work when you are constantly being distracted by the Sigma orbs. You are constantly being poked. You constantly have to think about whether you will be able to survive this or not. You have to constantly dodge rocks. So, as well as you have to constantly shoot shields, which is like, oh my god. And throughout the whole defense, I was fighting like an absolute lion. There is a thing that I have acquired, there is a principle that I've acquired, is that you really want to go for the thing until the very end, to never give up. No matter how lost the game looks, no matter how lost everything is, because there are certain psychological phenomena that you have on your team as well as on the enemy team. Yeah, people tend to relax when they think that the game is in the bag, and this is when you can actually turn it around. People tend to overcommit, people tend to make mistakes when they think that everything is already settled, right? So you can actually make use of that and certainly get W's where you think you would never get W's. And even if I'm gonna try like my absolute hardest for 10 games and I'm gonna win 1 game out of those 10, okay, let's say 15 games and I win 1 out of them, it's still worth it. It's absolutely still worth it. The biggest takeaways that I get is that when you're playing the payload maps, or even control point maps, you go for wall if you have no other ways to touch outside of that, right? You go for the wrecking ball to really get that momentum. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about like the Reinhardt versus Sigma. On paper, Reinhardt is so much stronger, but in reality, before you even can approach the situation, you're like being absolutely giga poked, and there is nothing you can do to save yourself. You don't have a shield. Like, look, this guy wants to go in, half HP already. Boom, 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 and tight. This guy wants to go in, constantly poked, this and that. Like, look at that. He's going in, rocked, slapped. Nah, man. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I was actually cooking in this game. I was actually cooking. I had so much fun playing the character. Unfortunately, on attack, we were not gonna be as successful as we were on defense, but it doesn't matter. It's still experience. Again, the dude is switching tanks. It is a sign of a skill issue. It is a sign of him being very, very uncomfortable. That's exactly what you want to do when you are playing against other players. You want to make them uncomfortable. You want to make them switch their best characters and take something that they have never taken before, just to maybe counter you in some ways. I have no idea why they're taking Doomfists against Sigma. Such a horrible choice. Such a horrible choice. How did that rock... Never mind. Game. That's Overwatch. That's Overwatch. That rock just went straight through that guy. And here... Oh my god, man, I need to work on my timing. So that's unfortunately the only kill I was able to get on attack. They swapped Symmetra and they swapped Sigma. Well-deserved win for them. And luckily enough, the second game of this hour was also a Junkertown, which is considered to be a really, really good Sigma map, as it is a sniper map, and you really want to have that additional cover for your teammates. We are going for an absolute defense onto our opponents. I feel like I am mechanically better than the Sigma player, and I am constantly stunning him. I am constantly going for the outplays, and he is like... The most important thing is not like that you are able to block his stun or not, is that he's standing in bad positions. He's overcommitting. Like here, instead of hugging the wall, he's going for more of a like right side approach. Look at that beautiful... And then, oh my god, man, this is like Ultra Instinct right here. And then he switched to Monkey, which is... I'm not sure if that's a correct way to really handle the situation. We are going for a beautiful kill onto the Junkrat. Monkey is falling as well. And again, dude is like, yo, what if I swap Reinhardt, try to diff Sigma on a Sigma map? What's gonna happen, I wonder? He loses the shield and then his life. Obviously, Mercy is being a very inferior character, and a really bad pocket is not helping him at all. And then he tried to pin me. Gets absolutely disasterly. Oh, yeah. Bro, this guy... this guy's just crazy, man. And then I'm going for the kill here. Oh, yeah. That was a great grab. Unfortunately, the dude on Moira did not die as a result. And look, I am just staying alive for so long, dancing around this shield, and this is very important. This is a very important practice to really get as much value as you possibly can out of the situations where you know you will definitely lose. going for a massive right hook onto the Cassidy here, and then Ana was about to die as well. I missed the rock here, missed the rage. Yeah, I was alive for so long, and here we are swapping to ball. I was speaking about that, like 40 seconds on the clock, easily winnable for them, like easily winnable for them. Unfortunately, we swapped ball. I called that we need to swap Kiriko, we need to swap Tracer, and it is just utterly impossible for some team comps to really do something against those characters, as well as in a situation where you are like pushing the payload for the last meters. It is like, and they are just panicking, wasting their ultimates. Imagine he would have had his ultimate earlier. They would have definitely converted that. 8th hour of the challenge, and I have been practicing D.Va my whole life. for that particular game. This was a high elo game, like high masters at least, and we were going for an absolute defense. Our tank was going for a ball, which is exceptionally horrible on this map, simply because you don't have enough room to maneuver around, as well as you can get easily countered by Zen, and there is nothing you can do against that. So we are going for amazing whack-a-mole game here, where we are going for the targets. We are targeting most aggressive players onto the enemy team, and pretty much this is how you supposed to play D.Va if you want to have a lot of value. Here, if you remember the Rialto game, I'm like, yo, I should have landed on the high ground, I should have ulted on the high ground. It feels like, yeah, in this particular moment it wasn't that good, but I think I would have died from Hanzo if I were not to get him off the high ground. And this was a really interesting moment of engage disengage sort of style, where you have a 4-second cooldown on your boosters and you really want to go for that every single time you want to change your position. So here we are going for the Hanzo. Hanzo is gonna be out with 1 HP. I'm also gonna be out with 1 HP. We are both resetting. We are both making sure we are healthy and set. And here I am matrixing for my Ashe so he can land some shots while being invulnerable. And I'm going for the Hanzo again. And this time it was way, way better. Like, D.Va is just amazing, and I would never thought I would be able to get so much fun and so much value of the character. This is gonna be the last fight of the defense. We're absolutely blasting them. On attack, they kind of surprised us with Symmetra, which was exceptionally hard to play against, as well as the D.Va Mirror. I decided to ult here for some reason, but I have no idea how, but I got the Life Weaver. And then we're going for the Kiriko here, a beautiful kill. Like, this is clean, man. This is actually clean. I'm looking at my gameplay and I am in the zone. I am cooking, which is great, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. And here I was able to find the kill onto the Symmetra with a triple headshot with a baby D.Va. Oh, man. And this was the last and final fight of the hour. We're going for the Kiriko, which was hacked. God, I love playing with Sombra. And then I'm like, yo, I need to matrix that Blade Force so he's not killing anyone. And then we are killing him. We're killing that guy as well. Oh my god, this is so clean. I love it, man. I love it. So clean. I love it, man. I love it. After playing quite a few Junker Queen mirrors, I realized that not only this is exceptionally boring to play, but the whole playstyle seems very counterintuitive and just not really nice. Even though the character is absolutely cracked, and the fact that you can actually go and diff other players other than the Junker Queen is really cool and interesting. Am I absolutely cooking in this particular game? Not really. We have a Soldier Mercy, which are definitely being the better, how is it called? The better win condition for our team. And slowly but surely we were going for the W, yet I see so many mistakes that I've had throughout the whole game. Probably because it was a very long day and one of the last games that I have played on that particular day. I was just so tired and stuff. But yeah, many bad ultimates. And look at that, look at that. This is the pinnacle of Junker Queen mirrors right there. we both understand that we cannot kill each other, so this dude comes in and ults. That's a Junker Queen div, by the way, right here in this clip. Yeah. This guy decided to overcommit a little bit and got his head popped by the Kiriko. I have no idea why, but they are not playing Kiriko to cleanse my ultimates, probably because thinking that my ultimates are gonna be horrendous, and they were indeed absolutely horrendous this game. Look at that ultimate. Well, I got the kill on the Genji, but I couldn't get the kill. Oh my god, man, this guy. character! This character! It's time to nerf Genji. It's absolutely time to nerf Genji. And here, we could not touch the point, so at least we're gonna flex on them. At least we're gonna establish some dominance here. Boom! Nice. And then we're going for a kill onto that guy. Nice. Hour 9, and it was certainly a game to be alive. We were up against the 4 or 5 stack of like Smurfs and stuff. Like, look at that happy little accident, man. Oh my god, I pulled him as he was trying to jump away and he fell from cringe on the Doomfist. We absolutely got blasted on first 2 points. I got like 2k damage with 0 kills, and then he cancelled my ultimate here. But we got so lucky with 0.03 seconds. Oi, 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 oi. Then we're going for the pull here, almost get him with our axe swing, get him with the shotgun here, and yeah, oh yeah, what an absolutely insane game. Like, these are the type of games that you feel like you don't want to play, but in reality you really want to play those type of games, simply because as a human being, you tend to learn only from your hardest mistakes. You only tend to learn from the mistakes that were the most annoying ones, right? And 2 minutes on the clock, I'm switching to ball to stagger our opponents, and it actually works. We're going for the Junkrat here. This is amazing. We were staggering them for so long, and as a result, we were able to get even more than that. I'm trapped, but unfortunately for them, there is no one really to punish me for that. They are not playing Zen because they're playing Mercy, and yeah, I can actually. It is safe for me to do some silly stuff. Here I'm trapped again. Oh my god. Yeah, Junkrat is definitely the worst one to play against when you are playing the ball. And here I'm just deciding to catch our opponent's lacking. A beautiful boop onto the Doomfist. Unfortunately, he's being pocketed by Mercy. Bro, this game is so, like, I'm looking at the footage, I'm like, yo, this is actually intense, man. I'm going for the double boop, unfortunately fail. Go for the boop here. Nice. And we were able to convert that into an overtime. What a game to be alive. And then I decided to switch to Arisa. Unfortunately, we just had so many problems with our comp, and oh my god, this is, maybe I should have cancelled the res with my windmill if I were to be a little bit quicker, but it is what it is, and we are going for more. Here we almost got the kill onto the Junkrat. I think Soldier is gonna continue with our mission. Yeah, 100%. This Tracer is suffering quite tremendously from me. I'm like, kill the Tracer, kill the Tracer. Nice. And we were able to get the first point like that. Zenyatta was definitely a great choice here. Great kill onto the Mercy, and here, oh my god, look at that defage, man. Oh, this guy thought he's safe, man. Oh yeah, and this guy's discorded. And still, yet we were suffering quite tremendously, even with 2 picks, simply because they are just immense. These players are giga cool to play against. I certainly have learned a lot, and here a great pull onto 3 players. They are C9ing this. Yeah, they C9 this because of that very strong ability. And here we are going for Arisa versus Zarya, and like, that was so close, man. That was like so, I'm literally 1 HP, and then he got nanoed and I got nanoed, and I was able to kill him. 14 seconds on the clock, but we could not finish the job, sadly. Luckily, the next game we got them again, and it was time to take the revenge. The games were absolutely incredibly close. The games were super like fast-paced. Everyone knew what they were doing. Like, oh my god, man. Everyone was calling stuff. We're going for kills. We are like calling who to shoot, who's low, and this is exactly how you really want to approach Overwatch as a game. Not like, oh, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna click left, I'm gonna click right, I'm gonna click one ability another. No. Communicate, connect, combine, and just like have fun with your dudes, you know, this is exceptionally important, Like, look at that, man. Everyone is ulting. I have no idea what the hell is going on, and we were giving space. Unfortunately, the first point was definitely not in our favor. I was able to clean up a few kills, but it was not enough. Their echo was absolutely cooking us. A beautiful X swing onto 2, and our twisted guy, oh my god, he went absolutely, look at that. Come on, man, look at that. He went absolutely insane. He went absolutely insane on Widow. I was able to pull this Sigma, and what a blast. And he got a kill onto the Reaper. This guy thought he could play ball into Zen. And Ana got constantly like bullied, so decided to switch to Zarya, I think he's gonna play Zarya next, right? But our Widow guy, bro, this is not a Widow map. Our Widow guy, look at what he's doing. Again, I'm calling out the bubbles. 1 bubble, 0 bubbles. Very, very important information that will basically determine whether your teammates are gonna be able to kill Zarya or not. I'm like, yo, 1 bubble, 1 bubble. And I'm shooting here. Notice how I'm hugging walls and I'm constantly in the line of sight of my supports to really get the most value out of my situation. Unfortunately, this axe swing missed. How? I think I would have one-shotted this guy, but who knows. And then again, this is like, we got picks, they got picks, and this is all very, very strange, and we have no idea whether we will be able to get W or not, like right until a very, very end. We got the kill onto the Ana. Nice boop from my Zen player. We are going for a kill here. Nice ultimate from me to get the confirm onto the Zarya and get more time to be cooking. And we are going for the 3rd and last point. Was it intense? It was freaking insanely intense. Again, everyone was calling out stuff. I'm like, yo, this guy's low, that guy's low. And this is exactly why and how you should play tank. In-game lead, call out stuff. Like, man, this guy's not dying. This Doomfist is not dying, man, I swear to God. Oh, I think Discord was on the wrong person. Discord was on the wrong person. And then I decided to knife the tree instead of the Doomfist. I touched the little grass. A beautiful kill onto the Doomfist here. We are going for more, 12 to 25. Again, the game is really, really close, and we are just being exceptionally cautious, exceptionally careful with how we do and what we do. Beautiful nano blade to clean up, and we were able to capture the point. Again, 32 to 55, bro. This is super close. This is super close. We were able to bait out the Reaper Fate and get him after the ulti. Moira Fate is done as well. This Doomfist is dying from cringe. And again, the game is super close, man. We are getting 2 picks, they're getting 2 picks, and it feels like I am the deciding factor whether we'll be winning the game or losing the game. I know that this Reaper does not have Fate, I'm saying that, and we are going for him specifically. Boom, nice double headshot and the knife to get the kill onto here. Oh, bro, I'm even looking at these clips, I'm like, yo, this is intense. And at the end, we were able to get the W. Nice. Last and final hour of the challenge, and we are going for Shambali Monastery again. God, I love Sigma maps. They are great, they are very entertaining to play, and guess what's gonna happen if this guy is gonna take Reinhardt onto Sigma in a Sigma map? Well, certainly nothing good is gonna happen. I thought that the Rock is gonna have way more bullet velocity, but it just does not have... Wait, the Rock is not a bullet. Why would it have bullet velocity? Never mind. Last hour of the challenge. I am so excited to finally get done with it, simply because I've been speaking for more than 1.5 hours already, and I absolutely love this challenge. I feel like the tank role is definitely going from the category of I absolutely hate playing tank, it's not for me, to I can actually make it work. There are actually instruments and strategies that I can use in order to get very good value when it comes to playing a tank. Did I learn something new, something interesting? Absolutely. I've learned many things, and Hopefully I've shared some with you with little 1-minute guides I got. Hopefully they were useful to you and you found something interesting. Anyways, we are absolutely destroying these guys simply because they are playing a bad comp and there is nothing they can do about it. This guy is making mistakes. I'm punching him to death. And we are going for an attack here. Gonna be a very, very quick and simple game. We got the kill here. Sigma is just insane on Sigma maps. I love him. I love playing this character. It is just really good. Luckily he got like 20 health on his shield to block the rock. He would have died way earlier than that. And I am very cautious. I'm very careful. I'm not overcommitting. And playing safe. Look at that. Look at that guy. He's like, oh, you don't see me, bro. You actually don't see me. Oh, yeah. And then we are going for the last game of the challenge. This is gonna be a Diva map, and we are going for that. The opponent is playing Monkey, and this is a really good comp for me, simply because the Monkey is suffering tremendously in duels. Monkey does not have anything to offer when it comes to fighting a Mercy. Or, excuse me, not a Mercy, a Diva, right? Especially when he is discorded. So we were able to take the first point very comfortably, and then they swapped Diva, which was a massive L for us, and certainly our chances of winning were a lot lower after that, especially when they were playing Zen. I thought that's gonna be a very high IQ play, but I just died from cringe. Yes. And then we are playing Whack-A-Mole again. This Zen is way out of position, not in the line of sight of their healers, and we were just able to get him. A very typical situation happened with Cassidy as well, and here we are going for the Torb. Wait, did I just block his ultimate or something? I need to rewatch that again. But anyways, we both bombed. I died, but we got the W. And here I'm swapping to Zarya, and you might say, oh, yo, Chris, why would you swap Zarya onto Diva map? Simply because there is not much verticality on the last point, it feels like, so I can actually pull it off. And as you can see, I am being very successful with it. The Diva fell. I'm going for this turret kill. Maybe in the next age we'll be able to get him, and guess what? He swapped Reinhardt. He swapped Reinhardt, and the best thing you can do against Reinhardt is just ignore him and go for the squishes instead, while your team is taking care of him, and then you just destroy the Reinhardt last, right? And we're able to get this guy here. That guy is about to die from cringe, and we thought that's gonna be over and we got a GG's, but nope, they were able to touch with Transcendence, but not for long. Not for long. This guy was sleeping from cringe, and then I decided to swap to Orisa to counter Reinhardt, but he switched to Diva. That was very predictable. I should have, and then I'm like, nope, I'm swapping Zarya. I'm swapping Zarya, man. It was such a massive one. Oh yo, this guy is such a throw, man. Oh yo. That was so unlucky from them, and then they decided to go for Pharah Mercy here. They decided to go for Pharah Mercy, but unfortunately they were just in range, and this Mercy is like, nope. Mercy is gonna fall from cringe as well. I actually have so much time, man. Oh, I just realized it's not overtime. We're gonna go into overtimes. What am I doing? And then he swapped to Reinhardt. I swapped to Orisa. I'm like, no, man, you are absolutely not playing a character you want to play. And then we swapped Zarya and Diva. Come on, man. Come on, Chris, get a grip in life. Get a grip in life. But yeah, the game was like that. He barely was able to escape. 2 minutes and a half on the clock, and we actually were able to hold them off for that. No? Oh yeah, they literally did not have they literally have 0 time. Yeah, I remember that. So I was going here. Luckily I had the teammates and a shield ready for that last approach, and then we're going for Diva in overtime, and this is gonna be a Diva mirror again. Oh man, but this time we got Pharah Mercy. We got the kill onto the Ana, and honestly, I should have like reset and go for the better choice, not the Torbjorn. Unfortunately, I failed miserably here, got the Torbjorn, but my teammates are suffering and dying, and there is nothing I can do. Diva fell. We were able to almost get the point, but man, oh my god, the soldier up top. Man, imagine I would be in my form. Imagine I would be in my form. I would have killed the soldier up top, and we would be able to like stagger them for a longer period of time. Anyways, thank you very much for being there with me. See you in the next one. Take care.